So what are the top 3 things you should be focusing on while in barber school? Let's get into it. I'm Kel. This is my YouTube channel. It's all about barber motivation, barber advice, barber tips, barber talk in general. So the first thing I want you guys to take advantage of in barber school is learning the fundamentals, getting as much experience cutting hair as possible. Cut with all types of equipment and tools, try all the different clippers that you can, try all the different trimmers and shavers that you can. Understand that the more variety you have, the more you'll be able to narrow down which set of tools work best for you. I'm pretty sure your school is gonna give you a starter kit within your barber kit, and maybe it's some magic clippers, maybe it's something that's not as premium as you would like, but don't sleep and underestimate the importance of just understanding how to use a tool, the ergonomics of a trimmer and a clipper, and overall how to fade and cut hair with it. Like, that's the most important thing, right? We're learning to cut hair at the end of the day. The tools don't really matter as much if you know how to use them. It's kind of like basketball, right? You can have the greatest Kobe's, you can have the latest Michael Jordans, you can have the flyest jersey, the headband, the shooting sleeve. None of that matters. None of that impacts your game if you're not skilled. None of that makes you a better player if you're not a good player. So definitely take advantage of tools you get to work with in barber school. And if it's a new tool or it's one that you've been curious or interested about, try it and experiment with things. Same idea I want you to focus on when it comes to different hair types. Straight hair, blonde hair, black hair, gold hair, coarse hair, extremely curly hair. Learn it all, get familiar with it, and the more diverse you become, the less of a limit you'll put on yourself. It's gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna be a challenge initially, but the more and more you do it, the more you get familiar with it, the better you're gonna get. You're gonna be more open to accepting clients regardless of their hair type, because you've mastered different hair types. Or you master your hair type, or you master a hair type that you thought you would never have to cut. Try them all. The second most important thing I think you should focus on in barber school is your business. What route are you going to take? Are you gonna go commission fresh out of barber school, or do you plan on working in a shop? You need to know these things. You need to weigh the pros and cons of each, and comment below if you want me to make a video breaking down the difference between commission and booth rent. Regardless, you're gonna wanna have a name for yourself, something that you can create a handle for social media, something that people can look you up on websites, on the internet, and something that's easily identifiable, that's short and sweet, maybe catchy if it comes to catchy, or you can just base it straight off your name or play off of your name. You gotta have a game plan for your future and your success in your career as a barber, right? Once you graduate barber school, you go straight into the workforce. Nobody's holding your hand or guiding you or teaching you how to navigate that. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to coach and mentor you guys and make it a smooth transition from you finishing barber school to you graduating, getting your certification by passing your exams, and then moving on to the real world where you get to make money and you get to work and you get to impact lives for a living, day in and day out. Super, super important to brainstorm and think about, what do you truly see yourself doing? Because barber school isn't that long, right? It's 1 year if you're full-time, and it's probably 1.5 years, closer to 2 years if you're an apprentice or if you're part-time. So that will fly by in an instant. And if you're not prepared and you don't start thinking ahead, thinking forward, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. So think about what you wanna name your business. Think about which route you wanna take in pursuing your business, because that affects the biggest determining factor of how you view the industry and how you're gonna adjust moving forward within the industry. The third most important tip that you need to focus on in barber school is passing your exams, your state board, the written and the practical. Once you complete your hours within barber school, you're going to test for your state board exam. Do not prolong this process. Sign up in advance, time it so that by the time you reach your hours for the state, you can take your exam within a week, within 2 weeks. Do not put this process off, because the bigger the gap you increase between you finishing school, retaining that information, learning that information, and keeping it fresh in your mind, memorizing all of the things that you needed to know for that written exam, it's gonna drop off. So you wanna stay on top of that. You want that information to be fresh. You want to go into the practical exam like it's another day at school. You want it to be a smooth transition. You want to pass ultimately on the first go. I'm telling you, you don't want to waste your time retesting. You don't want to waste your time having to restudy this information that you already been studying for the past 6, 8, 12 months. So definitely pay attention in class, show up to class, take notes, ace all your exams, do well on your exams. You start getting close to 600 hours, 1,200 hours, whatever is required within your state, sign up to take your state board and go ahead and knock it out. So you can get straight to work and start killing it with your barber goals. Tip number 1, experiment with every single tool and equipment. Take advantage of cutting all hair types. Tip number 2, come up with a business name. See if you want to pursue barbering as a solo entrepreneur or in a commission-based business model. Tip number 3, pass your state board exam. Don't waste any time signing up. That's all I got for you guys today, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me know if I should do another top 3. I like to keep these videos short, sweet, and straight to the point. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Kale, and I'm signing out. Peace.